Test, test, 1, 2. All right, so we're getting the final vote now on the roundabout in downtown Hanford at the intersection of 7th and Dowdy. It's currently 10:09 p.m. on Tuesday, March 19th, and we're waiting for the final results of the vote.
Yes.
Mayor Payton.
No. Motion passes 3-2.
So by a vote of 3-2, the Hanford City Council has voted to incorporate a roundabout design into the intersection of 7th and Dowdy Streets. I'm trying to shut down my computer. So to recap the meeting, for those of you who are watching and will watch in further days here, let's review how this all came about tonight. So the meeting started at 7 p.m. and recognized some of the new Hanford police officers, as well as the new Hanford police chief. Daniel Perkins is the new police chief for the city of Hanford. And they had a special moment where they honored Marcy Buford, celebrating Women's History Month. She served on the council from 1988 to 2008, 20 years on the city council. She's now 95 years old, and she was recognized at the meeting. So during the public comment portion of the meeting dedicated to the downtown improvement project, there were over 20 people who spoke, either in favor of the roundabout or against the roundabout. It was heavily in favor of the people who did not want a roundabout. So then it moved into the actual decision making that needed to be made. So regarding the bulb outs, those are the areas that create a buffer between parking stalls and intersections, reducing crossing distances for pedestrians. The council all agreed that the bulb outs are a great idea. As far as the mid-block crossings, they should only be kept if they can be made ADA compliant. Final decisions will be made in the next phase as to which ones are useful and the ones that are not. So the city has also applied for another grant that would possibly help pay for some of the upgrades to the sidewalks and the mid-block crosswalks. Speaking of sidewalks, they decided that curbless would really only work with a roundabout. So I'm sure in the next version of the design of the roundabout at 7th and Dowdy, we'll see a curbless design. And drainage was a big concern on that. In the area of landscaping, there's a lot of trees downtown that need to be removed because the roots have damaged the sidewalks. And they needed to decide whether new trees should be planted in the ground or in planter boxes that can be moved for special events. One of the issues that came up was graffiti or theft of plants. So they're going to contact downtown businesses to get their feedback on which types of landscaping to incorporate in the design element. Regarding lighting, everybody agreed that lighted bollards will be used for safety and as a decorative feature. So upgraded lighting was a huge concern of the businesses downtown. Another thing that came up was the street furniture. As most of you know, there were benches downtown and those were removed because some of the homeless populations, some of the homeless people were camping out on those. So the city had to remove those at the request of the downtown businesses. So the final vote came down to the roundabout proposal. Kalish Morrow was in favor of actually 3 roundabouts, one at the corner of 6th and Dowdy, 7th and Dowdy, and 8th and Dowdy. And eventually the proposal was for 1 roundabout at the intersection of 7th and Dowdy. And most of the council members that agreed in favor of it were putting it to the experts. The city put it out to 2 different firms to look at the downtown traffic and determine that roundabouts would actually improve traffic flow in downtown and reduce accidents. So that's kind of what they leaned on. Councilman Lou Martinez believed that stop signs are the best option and felt that it's important to take into consideration what the community wants and firmly believes that a roundabout will kill downtown businesses, which is the way he put it. Mayor Payton came up with an interesting proposal, and that was to take the money that would be used for a roundabout and put it into other intersections such as 7th and Reddington, which is actually the most dangerous intersection in downtown Hanford. There's been a lot of recent accidents there. But ultimately, that proposal was voted down. The city attorney recommended against that proposal because it could put the city into a liability situation if they didn't move forward with the roundabout. So all in all, it was a long city council meeting. It's now 10:15 and they're still going. They have a few items to consider. I would encourage you to check out my newsletter tomorrow on Wednesday. If you don't subscribe to my newsletter, you can go to hanfordinsider.com and sign up for my email list, and I'll send you a copy of my weekly newsletter. Remember, the show is put out each Monday, sometimes on Sunday if I get it done. And we have an exciting lineup. This week's show will include interviews with the book lady and also the people that are putting on the Autism Awareness 5K run coming up here in a few weeks. So thank you all for tuning in, past, present, and future. And don't forget to visit the website at hanfordinsider.com. I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for listening.